YouTube? It's your boy LexThomas21. I'm back with another review for you guys. I'm here to review Spider-Man Far From Home. This is the final film that closes out the Infinity Saga from Iron Man up to this point, and it stars Peter Parker. He has been what they call it in Spider-Man days. He's been blipped back into 5 years into since he's last seen in Infinity War, and basically he's trying to get back into his life. He's trying to get back into being Spider-Man. He's now on his school trip to go to Europe, and he's really, the whole thing of this movie, he's really trying to finally tell MJ how he feels. He really wants to be a kid again, but somehow Nick Fury calls him up and he really has something important to do with Mysterio, aka Quentin Beck, and they have to fight off these elemental creatures and try to figure out why are they here. And yeah, so I'm gonna give you my review. Hope you guys are ready for that. Please slap the like button. Please subscribe for more. Let me know what you thought of Spider-Man in the comment section below. And let me get into this review. Let's go. Starting off with Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I think he freaking nailed it. I'm going to go ahead and get into whether I liked it or not. I really did like this movie. This movie is really good. I think I like it a little bit more than Homecoming. I think I had to watch it a couple times to really get that feeling, because I've watched Homecoming a lot. But after seeing this movie, I think this movie is structured better than Homecoming. I think Peter was given a lot to do. He never felt like he was dragging along in this movie. It felt like he had a lot to do. It felt like he was always on edge. It felt like he couldn't really get a break in this movie. I really like when my characters really don't really feel like they can catch a break. They feel like they're always on edge. They feel like they have to keep doing something, keep catching up and keep doing something. And that's the one thing I did love about this movie. And the one thing I did love is that you really got to see how Peter Parker tried to be Spider-Man and wanted to be a kid at the same time. Like, he's really forced into that role. He has to pick between being Spider-Man and being Peter Parker. And they give him a lot of good scenarios. Like, obviously, there's a lot of things going on with him and MJ. He really wants to tell MJ how he feels. Something always gets in the way. Obviously, him being Spider-Man really gets in the way of him really wants to tell her how he feels. I did love that about this movie. I really did like Zendaya's MJ. Really gave her more to do it in this movie, obviously, because she's Peter's main focus. And I really did like their dynamic between the two characters. I did like their romance. Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio is phenomenal. I loved him as Mysterio. The Mysterio scenes in this movie are incredible. With CGI, what they did was very incredible. I really didn't think I was going to get the certain sequences I got in this movie that I got for Mysterio ever in life. I did not think they were going to bring Mysterio in this in film, any type of medium, and it worked, and they actually made it work, and I really did happy that they made it work. I really thought everyone gave a good performance. John Watts directed this one as well. He directed Homecoming, and he directed this a little bit better. He really took what he learned from Spider-Man Homecoming, and he brought it back to this film and kind of upscaled it more. The action sequences are just way better than Homecoming. I think the final sequence in Homecoming is just a little bit down, and the final sequence in Spider-Man Far From Home is just a little bit better, in my opinion. Like I said, overall, I love the dynamic that Spider-Man has to deal with the weight of Tony Stark, of his death, and who else is going to be the next Iron Man. I love that Spider-Man and Peter Parker is really dealing with that weight loss as well. It's just, Peter has a lot to go through, obviously, after the events of Avengers Endgame. And you just really feel like this movie really sets the tone of what each movie after Endgame, this is what's going to happen. They really have to try to catch up with what happened within the past 5 years that everyone has been gone. And I love that they address that in this movie as well. They really do address that. I really do think if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, you should watch that film. Or at least you just need to be caught up with the Marvel Cinematic Universe before you see this movie, because they're going to be explaining a lot of things that you won't understand because you haven't been caught up with the other movies. And that's I guess you can give that a kind of a flaw, that you have to see those other movies to watch this movie to really enjoy it, because you really won't get some of the references that they say in this movie. And it's kind of upsetting, but I mean, that's the way all these MCU movies are made now. You really have to, it's like kind of like a TV show. You won't be able to understand the next episode unless you've seen the previous episode. So I mean, overall, I really did enjoy this movie. I think everyone great, a good performance. Samuel L. Jackson was amazing in this movie. Kobe Smolder was good in this movie as well. I can't remember the Ned's the actor who plays Ned, but he was good as well. I loved his incarnation in this movie as well. Some of the other kids were given a little more to do. Like I said, Zendaya did a good job. I actually didn't mind the Flash character in this movie. You know, they didn't give him that much screen time in this movie. There's another character. His name is Brad. He was kind of irritating throughout this movie. I was trying to like not be bothered by him, but he really did bother me in this movie. But that's just a little minor nitpick. Like I said, really the only flaw in my opinion is that you have to see the other movies to really understand what's going on in this movie. But this is basically, this does feel like this is the final chapter, the epilogue of the Infinity Saga that we got with all these 23 movies all in one. This definitely does feel like it's the end. And I'm ready to see what they do with the Spider-Man character after this. Like I said, overall, I really did enjoy this film. I really do recommend you go see it. If you are a Spider-Man fan, you will love this movie. And obviously, stay for the end credit scenes. Stay in your chairs. I was in the theater and I see people walking up and I'm like, you guys aren't real Marvel fans. Because why are you getting up? You know there's end credit scenes in these movies. Yeah, I know Avengers Endgame didn't have any because they were trying to wait and show us certain little things when they re-released it. But in these Marvel films, you have to stay in your chair, or you're gonna miss out. You're gonna miss out on some great stuff. And I said, these end credit scenes, you have to stay for because they are incredible. Like I said, overall, I really did enjoy this movie. Let me know what you guys thought of Spider-Man Far From Home in the comment section below. And I'm out on this one, you guys. Peace.